We're going to tackle some of the basic fundamental errors of Christianity. And I want to keep this short, and we're going to do many of these. So, first and foremost, we want to unite one another. That would be a common goal, is to all be united, right? We don't want separate parts. We don't want to violate anyone's free will, meaning we want to allow people and understand where people are at and let them think for themselves. Meaning we don't have to agree with what they're doing, but we want to be able to try to understand that. So we don't want to violate their free will. And we don't want to harm anyone. So those are kind of the things that we want to shoot for here. We want to unite. We don't want to violate free will, and we want to make sure we don't harm anyone. So let's start off with probably the most common error that Christianity does. And a lot of us know this now, but the Christians don't see this because the veil of forgetting that I talked about in the last video is still there. It's the veil. I call it the veil of forgetting. So they don't see this, but Christians will say that you're separated from God. But the foundational principle of the spiritual journey is that you are created in the image and likeness of the source God, the creator. That you were fearfully and wonderfully made, the Bible says, and that you were knitted in your mother's womb. So it's an ontological fallacy, meaning the metaphysics, the metaphysical sense, the basic principles, the first principles of something is you don't start separate, you start whole, one with God, and that's the foundation of true Christianity. But Western Christianity has somehow flipped that upside down. Ooh, how ironic, they got it wrong, and they've made you separate from God. And so they've started off with separation. So they really screwed you. They screwed a lot of us. I've been doing this for 40 years, 20 years, been taking it very seriously, 20 years just floating along. But they really screwed a lot of us by starting us off as separate from the Creator. And I think that's probably the main point I want to start off with today, is that you have been, and you always were, united with the source. But the veil of forgetting came over us, and we forgot that. So fundamental Western Christianity doesn't know that. They think that we're separate from God, and that's probably the most basic fundamental flaw and error that they will teach you. And it's a huge I'd call it catalyst to set you down the wrong path, okay? You don't want to start off with a catalyst that puts you separated from God. You want to be united with God. So you don't want to start further and further away from God. You want to start clean, whole, united in the image and likeness of the Creator, and find out why you have this veil of forgetting on you that you can't remember that. So that's what we're looking to do. We're not going to, somehow start united with God, then become separate from God, and then get united again. Like, that doesn't make any sense. The only reason we think we're separate is because of the veil of forgetting. So we've always been united with God, with Christ consciousness, with the source, with the Creator. We've always been united with the source and the Creator. And the only reason that we forgot that is because of the veil of forgetting. Christianity did not teach you that, and shame on them. But we're going to continue with this and move forward with a lot here. There's going to be a lot that I want to cover, but I want to end this at 4 minutes, and I'm just going to start us off with the fundamental error that they make is they tell you that you're not one with God. That would be a New Age teaching to them. But clearly it's a biblical teaching, and I just want to share that with you so that you can think about it. And listen, I'm not asking you to believe me right now, but what I would ask is that you listen with an open mind. And a lot of you know these Bible verses, like I said, the Bible verse, you're created in the image and likeness of God. And you've said that over and over again, but then somehow you still believe that you're separate. So you can't have both. So what they've done to you is it's a tremendous violation. All right, they've come in with a snake oil cure for you, and it didn't work. So we're going to continue down this path, and I'm going to explain this all to you in the best way I can. Be blessed, my friends. Be blessed. And just remember today that unite. Don't violate anyone's free will, and don't harm anyone. Blessed day, my friends.